is Green Angle, the show that explores the environment we live in and the ecological problems we face while preferring sustainable solutions. I am Ugochi Olibo. This is a very different edition because I'm dressed like a bit of a handyman. I have a brush here and a scissors. We'll be painting and cutting. We'll be doing so much with materials found on the premises of TVC News. We'll be making a chair and, of course, making some decor. Shola Olayeni is here with us.
Okay, we're making some beautiful vases made from old jars that could have been somewhere in your trash can or could have ended up in the sea. Wrong. You know, so we're going to turn them to very beautiful home decor pieces, you know, which will beautify your home, and they can be there for a long time.
For a long time, if the kids don't break them.
If the kids don't break them. Hopefully they won't. They'll be too beautiful to get broken.
We also have Toby here. Toby's our intern and she's helping us out. For now, we'll have more people joining us later as we progress. So how can we help you today?
Okay, it's not too difficult. No, it's not too difficult. It's quite easy, like Toby said earlier. You know, so I'm just swirling the paint around. You know, there are different ways you can decorate these bottles. You can spray paint them, you can brush paint on them, you know, but what we're using today is it's oil paint. It's a bit thick, and we have decided to paint on the inside today.
Okay, so I'll ask you, what inspired you into doing this?
Okay.
How did you see beauty in trash?
For a long time, or growing up, I remember always keeping things aside. I had a junk box and I just thought everything was useful. I knew there was some use to make something out of, so I always keep things and then go back to the box once in a while to check for what I can make, you know. And I can say my father played a role in that too. He always talked about his mother who didn't like waste, you know, from water to food to materials, just anything, you know. If you had something that got bad, he would talk about fixing it instead of throwing it away, you know. So that's where it really started from. And then you know, as an adult now in my own home, I use a lot of these jars and bottles and things, and I just found myself storing them, hoping to use them for something. And then I use them. I store my condiments and my seasoning cubes and things like that in the kitchen, but I had too many. So one day, light bulb moment.
Yeah, I think I have too many too.
Yes, light bulb moment, and I had paints on one side and I had the jars on another, and I thought, okay, I could do something with this. And I grabbed my paints, grabbed the jar, went outside and made the first one. That was the beginning. This was about 4 years ago. 4 years. And that was how it started. I put it up on social media, and the review was good, the comments were good, you know, and that was
so it became a business?
Yes, it became a business.
Okay, let's talk about the business of upcycling. Okay. How has it been so far? Are you making profits? What are the challenges? Let's talk about the business out of this.
Well, at the beginning, it was a bit funny to talk about trash. You know, when you try to talk about it with people, why would you make things out of trash? Why would you? But I'll just toss mine away. Trash is trash, you know. And I started studying, finding out about trash, and you know, I knew there was something wrong and there will be some adverse effects of not disposing waste properly, you know. So I started learning more and more and discovered that it was huge, you know. And at the time when I started, it was like, it seemed like I was the only one doing it. And then when I started finding out later, there were more people talking about it and doing it, talking about upcycling and recycling and environmentalism and all of that. People have started to appreciate the art pieces, the decor pieces that I make, you know, and I've been called to take 1 or 2 classes in schools, teach them about recycling, upcycling, teach them some upcycled art, and it's very, very exciting to children. It's new, and so it's so exciting, and it's always a rewarding class for me, whether I'm paid for it or not. Even for the decor, sometimes I just find myself giving it away. And then some people go on to say, why are you telling everyone that it's made from waste? And I'm like, how? This is just a vehicle to pass the message across. The money is secondary. I've taken it up as a passion, and to spread a message. This is a wire spool, electrical cables, wrapped around these, and so because I have an eye
creative mind
for everything creative and everything that can be used can be creatively reused. I went back to a store where I saw a lot of these, and I asked them, that I told them I'll be needing them I explained to them, and so they let them go.
So you simply painted them?
I painted them, so they've become, and I screwed out the top and the bottom, so they've become beautiful wall.
Beautiful pieces.
Wall art.
So you just put it on your wall and you're good to go.
You can put it on your wall. They have holes which you can just hang on a nail, or you can tie some string around it.
Yeah.
You can tie some string around it and then just hang the string on a nail. It's very pretty. These will do well in a girl's room. There is no waste. There's nothing like waste. There's something that can be done with everything.
Very valuable. Waste is valuable.
Okay, this is an empty tin. And so you might have some old books, torn, weathered, that you're thinking about trashing, and you might have the tins as well that might end up in the trash. So paper meets tin and becomes, a beautiful piece that can be used for stationery.
Put your pencils, and the children will love it.
The children will love that a lot. We have some pens here. Just throw them in. We can wrap the bottles with strings and wool as well.
From this to this beautiful piece. I'm excited about this. Wow. So let me ask you, what do you think the role of the government should be really in helping? The government understands that we have a trash problem that they cannot even handle, so to say, and the citizens are not even helping the government. How do you think they can support entrepreneurs like yourself, eco-friendly entrepreneurs, to take on the job of upcycling and helping us reduce the amount of waste that gets to landfill?
Okay, there should be a lot of sensitizing done, and from research, from all the study I've done, it will be very difficult, to educate the people now. It's not easy. They might listen to you and then just go back to their old ways. So one of the ways I have thought about is starting from the children, starting from schools.
Early.
Curriculums, environmental studies should be top on our list of subjects to be taught in school, and then it will just be part of you.
We've been speaking to Shola Olayeni, and she's been teaching us what to do with the empty jars and bottles at home that we are thinking of trashing. You can convert them into beautiful interior decor like this. So we'll take a break and be back with making our chairs. We'll have more people joining us. This is Green Angle. We'll be right back. Recycling 1 ton of cardboard saves over 9 cubic yards of landfill space and 24% of the total energy needed for virgin cardboard. Recycling aluminium takes 95% less energy than making aluminium from raw materials. Recycling glass saves 30% of the energy required when producing glass from raw materials like soda ash, sand and limestone. Crushed glass, called cullet, melts at a lower temperature than the raw materials, which saves energy. Steel cans, which are used for holding coffee, vegetables and other food products, are often referred to as tin cans, but there is only 0.15% tin in a steel can. You're still watching Green Angle, and we're done with upcycled decor. Right now we have Olamide here. She would help us with decorating the tires, and then we paint them. Shola is still here helping us out, and of course Toby is here. So Olamide, how do we start? What inspired you into going into this business of upcycling tires?
I think I love decors. I love decors. I love craft. I'm this creative person, so even after work, I take time to on Saturdays because I rarely go out. I just stay at home and then work with something. So I've been doing craft before until I bought a decor from Dubai that was made with corn husk. That was basically the starting point. So I felt, wow, so I'd wasted money buying something I could actually make, and that was how I started.
Okay. So you started without the tires. How did you start?
I didn't start with the tires. I started with plastics.
Plastics.
Yes, I started upcycling plastics to seats, to tables. I started with decors, papers, magazines. I started with a lot of things. As in, I started with all the basic waste, solid waste, except tires. Okay. Then along the line, I felt, okay, we could use tires to do something meaningful. So I started experimenting. I started playing around with it until I got it.
So let's talk about the challenges so far. What are the challenges you faced?
You know, this field is quite a new field. Upcycling field is new in Nigeria. You find a few people doing this, and then there are some problems we have, some issues that we need people who understand what we do, the terrain of the business to talk to. We have few mentors, people you can run to when you're in a problem, and then they can understand. And then you know this field too is quite new. It's hard for you to run to a bank and say I need loans. They'll be like, what do you do? You know, and then you're trying to say I deal with waste, and they say, okay, do you convert waste to pellets? And I say, no, I convert waste to furniture. And they're like, furniture. So that's a problem. People don't understand what we do. And then another thing is fund. Fund is a major problem. We need fund to expand. The truth is, every state needs to have an upcycling hub.
Every state. That's an important statement.
Where women, unemployed youths, can make things and then sell. And I was telling you that what I bought from Dubai was a corn husk, and it was expensive, it wasn't cheap. And I got that particular one from Home Center. And apart from the fact that it was expensive, bringing it into Nigeria, I had issues with customs because I bought a lot of decors, and they were like, yes, and they were like, why are you bringing this in? Is it for personal use? Are you, And then I thought, these are money generating things. We have money generating things in Nigeria that we can actually, do, instead of people just shouting, no, there's no money and all that. And the point is, the truth is, the reception has been, even internationally, the reception has been wow. This week alone, I had somebody ordered for 4 tomas from US.
From the US?
Yes.
How will you ship it to
No,
you?
to be delivered to somebody in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
But then I've had others from Australia, from US, from, and then they are saying, come to Amazon, come to Etsy, come and sell, we'll buy, just look for how to ship it. So if the government can look inward, these are things we can make and, export.
How long do you intend to keep doing this?
Well, for as long as there's waste in Nigeria and as long as it pays my bills.
So finally we did it.
Finally.
Yes.
I mean, it's been a long time. When did you even start planning this?
It was April.
Yes, I
And then
think
Ugochi
so.
didn't release the money for us.
No, not me. Well, it took a long while and a lot of, I disturbed you a lot.
I told you I'm going to block you now.
No, I bugged you because I really wanted this to happen. I wanted to show people the possibilities in waste.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts so far?
I think this is beautiful. I think people should see that you don't have to spend much to have something like this in your gardens, in your homes, just where you can sit out and talk. It's something you can do within, 2 hours, 1 hour, you're done. So yeah.
And how do you feel?
I would say you have a lot of creative people and then they don't even know how to use the creativity. So this is a channel, this is a way you can actually now use those creative genes and juices that you have flowing inside of you.
Absolutely. So we don't need to import these
No,
things.
no.
We need to just pick them up from different places.
Yes.
You can make things from
You can make
anything from anything.
Okay, so now let's bring it home to the flooding that's been happening in Lagos and across Nigeria. And I mean, this is usually caused by drains that are blocked because of trash.
It's terrible. The last one that happened is a terrible thing because the truth is all the cars that were submerged in those floods, they're a disaster waiting to happen.
So it's having upcycling as an alternative, as an option, Many people know what recycling is, but not everyone knows what upcycling is. So that's another way to, it's reuse, it's creative reuse of these things, and a lot of things that are manufactured are not biodegradable. They are not going to
they're not going to
decay.
They're not going to just be there forever.
They're going to be there forever.
Destroying the water, destroying the land.
Even the soil, they begin to break down in the soil somehow, causing, the soil to be toxic. So even if you plant something, that plant might be toxic and it will end up in our systems.
And for mothers like us, personally, I've always been concerned about the environment because I mean, I have children and they are very young. I keep thinking, what kind of earth are we going to leave for them? What kind of planets are we going to leave for them? Your mothers too. Let's talk about your concerns as mothers.
Waste is a global problem. I keep saying that. It's not peculiar to Nigeria, it's not peculiar. And then the difference between Nigeria and other countries, if you go to Sweden, they have zero waste. They've recycled,
right now.
They've recycled every waste. They don't have waste. And these are things we can embrace here. These are the point is, if we continue to talk, to complain, it's not going to go. We need to sensitize people. We need to let them know that it is wrong. You know, it is wrong to finish your drink and then throw the plastics. And then unfortunately, like, yes, unfortunately, the other problem we're also creating is that, you know, unconsciously, we're also teaching the young ones to say, oh, you can be in the car and throw the gala wrapper out, and you know. So we need, I think, basically, for us to change this whole mindset, we need to start from homes, from ourselves, you know. When the kids see you in the car, after taking you, tell them, don't throw it out, put it in the car, when they get home, we'll put it, you know, in the right, then they will understand this culture. It's something we need to do repeatedly.
Our goal is zero waste to landfill.
Zero waste to landfill. Yes. That's it. So
Zero
waste to landfill. Zero waste to landfill. It's possible, right?
Yes, it is possible.
It is.
I mean, she mentioned
it is.
It is possible.
It is.
It is possible, and we have to think of
things
like you asked, our grandchildren, their generations to come, and our resources are finite. They will finish.
Yes.
They are not here forever.
People don't believe that. We need to highlight that
yes.
more.
But we need to also let people know that you can actually make money from waste.
Oh yes.
You know, we complain, we fix our eyes on hoys, on, you know, I want to go to work in a bank. There is money in recycling, in upcycling. There is money in waste.
It's not easy. It's not easy, but you have to start.
We can't keep quiet. Yeah. We have to. We have to keep talking.
We can't keep quiet.
And thank God for creative ways like this to pass the message across. If not, it would just be some boring seminar, or they hear it and they go, nothing is done. So these are creative ways, colorful ways to pass the message across.
Yeah, colorful ways.
So, yes, I did well.
Yes, you did.
Colorful ways, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a message, because the point is recycling itself is not visible. People don't understand what goes on. You know, you just keep your waste and you give it to somebody. You don't know what they turn into. You don't understand. But now, what I've noticed a trend when people see upcycling product, you know, the finished product, they're like, wow, you mean you make this? Now that gives them the, you know, the desire to keep their waste and turn. Unlike, you know, when you tell them, okay, bring the waste, let us turn it to pellets, they don't even know the process. But you know, when it's upcycled, they see what you turn that product to, and they're like,
it's around for a long time.
So I think that's another way to change the past, you know, the mindset of the people about waste. Yes. You know, I'm not even sure there's a policy on waste, because in Rwanda now there's a law, they ban the use of plastics. So you know, and then when you go, you see people are already embracing paper. You know, you can recycle paper, you can turn paper around to so many things. But plastic is a problem. It's not only to Nigeria, it's a problem everywhere. You know, and then our government now, I think there's an innovation. Somebody made a plastic that is edible. You know, when you finish, then you heat it. And these are innovations we need to. We can't close our eyes to the things. This is going to be a disaster.
Personally, I'm going to take it easy on that innovation. I'm not swallowing that. Still, I'm certain that in 10 years, I'll still be fine.
We should stop single use. Like you said, people just go, they buy it and then they throw it away. You know, and then they go tomorrow because I think it's 15 naira. So I can easily pay 15 naira and take it away, and then tomorrow, and then the people importing it are making money.
They're making money.
And the seller of the food are also making money.
In Lagos State alone will generate about 13,000 tons of
metric
waste.
Tons of
metric
weight.
tons daily. Daily. You know, that's scary.
Yeah.
You know, it's the thought of it, you know, so we just have to keep talking. We just have to keep doing things.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Thank you for helping us make this happen. Thank you so much. Okay, that's Green Angle. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can always send your comments and suggestions using the addresses on your screen. And if you do have a green project, an idea, an event, you know, even if you upcycled a project, let us know. Send us a photo or a video and we'll help you share it with the world. I am Ugochi Oluibo. Bye-bye.